Hi, I'm Tan, and I'm here with my daily journals, I guess, for June. I've been doing the Hobonichi 5-year. This is my first year, and I have been using the Hobonichi for my daily journal, but I was in between journals for the month of June, so I have not used just this little inexpensive little notebook, and it was fine, but it also reminds me why I really like the Hobonichi. So I have the air conditioner on. If it's noisy, I'm sorry, but it's pretty hot in my studio without it, so hopefully you can just bear with it. So first I think I'll flip through this. I'm really enjoying how this is coming along. I'm looking forward to going back through these same pages next year. I'm kind of halfway through now, so you can kind of see how the pages, I do glue in a little bit, but not very much. So let me find where June begins, and I'll just give you a flip through that first. So I've been doing a little bit more. When I started, I was not carrying over very often onto this other page, and I've been doing that a little bit more lately. Sometimes I'm writing more, sometimes I'm just giving a little bit of illustration on there. So not a whole lot to look at, but I try to change up. Obviously I have a lot to write that day. Try to kind of change up, like what kind of pen I'm using, or add something a little bit interesting other than just writing, at least now and then. Like there's a bunch of mosquitoes, a little award ribbon. So I do a little bit of illustrating in there, and occasionally put a photograph if it's something that I really think I'll be interested in like 2 years or 5 years, or going back and looking at, then I will go ahead and put a photo in. Here's a sketch. Sketch. It was the first day of summer. Something I used, I colored what colored pencil this, and this ink kind of transferred to the other page. So that's too bad, but it'll be okay. This was a sticker that I sent out that month to my patrons. This was, I did a 4-day workshop, and so that's a picture of the participants, which, in another year or 2 or 3 I might enjoy looking, seeing who was there. And that's it. Brings us to the end of the month, so I'm ready to dive into July. Okay, so in my daily journal, I did a little bit different because I did not necessarily have a page per day in here. I knew it was like a super busy month. I had 3 art shows plus a 4-day workshop, just lots of things going on, and so I kind of cut myself some slack and tried to make it a little easy on myself. For example, like these pages don't have writing, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I did have fun with my little jar date numbers, drawing in, like this one was a rainy day, so I drew that in, and this was a sunny day, so I drew a sun in there. This was interesting. We went to this restroom. It was at a college campus, and they had a foot bath, a foot washing place in the restroom, and I had never seen that before. I don't know if you can see that. So that was interesting. So went to a sushi place, so there's chopstick rubbers. Very rainy at this is an art show. It was on the university campus, and very rainy day, so I had this, you know, I keep everything, so I had this die cut frame, and I have an umbrella, and so I put that in there. I just made a copy of a sketch I did in my sketchbook. That day, food we ate. When we travel, we sleep in our shuttle bus, which does not have a shower, so we go to Planet Fitness usually for a shower. This is we babysat some of our grandkids, and my grandson drew this dinosaur for me. I cannot remember what kind it is. He would be able to tell you. It was a kind I had not heard of, but he drew this picture for me so I would know what it looked like, and gave it to me, so I have included it in my journal. A piece of art that I made this week. Here's a picture of our booth, and this is place where we had parked. We thought we were going to spend the night, but the mosquitoes were too bad, so we didn't. This was about the reception and some fish that we decorated that was part of an art installation. Another day we had very hot art shows. And then this was the last day of that art show. I also hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, so thank you very much, all of you that are subscribed. I appreciate that on my little channel. That was a big milestone. These pages are fairly blank. That's okay. I don't think I'm going to go back. It is what it is. Same thing here. That's okay. I don't know. I might go back and write some in there. We stopped to eat. We were driving, and our air conditioner doesn't work in Buster. It's very hot. We stopped to eat at a restaurant, you know, to go in and just sit down and cool off, which was very nice. But when we came back out, there was this part hanging off the bottom of Buster. So there's my husband trying to get it wired back up in place. We went to this art show for this weekend was in a real fun area, and they had this licorice store, and I got this huckleberry licorice, and this was the wrapper from that. Here's my husband eating some soup at an Indian food restaurant that we went to. Also, we set up a booth there. It was super hot again. I love this little sticker of a sloth running on a turtle, which I think that's my husband and I, although much more accurate representation of me than it is my husband. I was just so hot, I had no energy. This is a sketch I did at when we were sitting at a restaurant there. This was fun, little kind of optical illusion done with sidewalk chalk. So this box here was actually drawn on the sidewalk, and so you stand, you know, in these certain places, and it really, anyway, it's a little bit mind-bending. Pretty cool though. Sunday was Father's Day, and we also had our art show still on. Drove home that night. Got home. Next day it was only a couple days away from when my 4-day workshop was going to start, so I worked to get my handout for that finished up, and it was a daughter's birthday, so I made note of that. One thing I do not like of this paper, because everything bleeds through, and I get so spoiled with the Hobonichi not having to worry about that, so but it is what it is. It was okay. And then I did, you know, the 22nd to the 25th, I did not give a page for each day. That's just double page spread for the 4 days of the workshop. So I just made note of that. Tried to keep things easy for myself. You know, sometimes we are awfully rigid in our rules. Like, there has to be 1 page per day, and so on. And it's like, there's no rules. Nobody wrote any rules about it. So make it be what works for you and what's manageable for you. And I'm really thankful I took it easy on myself. There are some other days that it's like, here's like 3 days on one spread. So I don't think I entirely skipped any days, but I did make it a little easier on myself. Worked on Patreon sheets that day because it's getting about that time of the month. Had a fun outing with my daughter and her 3 girls. We had kind of a girls' day out and did some shopping and some fun things. This is also a little thank you note that they gave. It was very cute. And we went to this Asian supermarket, and I took a picture of these bananas because I thought that would be such a neat little crown. So I just stuck that with one of my little collage sheet elements there, the bear that says Home Sweet Home. But I think that'd be neat to do a piece of art where a portrait would be wearing that banana crown. So we'll see. This one, I do have some writing I want to do, but it's like a little bit more personal, and so I just taped in this envelope that I also got at the Asian market. I think it's beautiful. I'll probably share some with my top tier patrons that get the collage packs too, because they're just so pretty. Again, not a lot of writing. This is a sticker from Redbubble. This is a picture out of my sketchbook. Just keeping it simple. I did use this month some Courtney Diaz. This is some of, I call these pencil scribble ones, are hers. That also is hers. This is her. Then I also use date stickers from Love Blends Life and Pocket Journal Pam, and of course my own as well. And so that's kind of, I'll put a link down below with all the people whose sheets I use. But that brings us to the end of the month, and I'm excited to get started on July, and I am very excited to get back into my Hobonichi and the paper that I love to use, because I did get a little frustrated with this. For example, I tried to watercolor here with my Zig Clean Color brush pens, and it wouldn't even wash out like when I added water to it. So it was a little frustrating, and lots of bleed through that I had to deal with. You can see a lot of bleeding through the pages. So I am looking forward to getting back to my beloved Hobonichi paper. I do really like the paper. I'm sure there's other notebooks that have good paper too, but they are hard to beat. So that's my June journaling, and hopefully I'll maybe do a little better or do a little more complete in July, but we'll see. So now what I want to do is go set up my July in my Hobonichi daily pages in my Avec. Since I have my separate monthly pages, like just a separate insert that has the months throughout the year, I am going to continue to use my monthly pages in my Cousin Avec to like do my video planning and things like that. So I got these little film strip stamps, and I cannot remember the company that they're from, but I thought they would be really handy, and they're just a perfect size to fill in my little month view pages. So I'm stamping those in, and then writing my YouTubing plans for the month, so I'm getting those ready. Then I decided to try, I'm using that Versa Magic ink because it does not bleed through the pages, but I decided that it would be fun to kind of change things up with using my Zig Clean Color brush markers, because watercolor is often also a fun way to stamp. So I'm stamping in kind of my, I guess, my extra videos, my things for Patreon and things like that. And these are all just like goals that I have. So hopefully I meet them. Then I'm moving on to my weekly pages and decorating those as well. I really, the weekly pages are my real workhorses, and it's just to have them be fun, you know, decorated ahead of time, just makes it fun filling in all the tasks for the week and everything like that. Makes me able to enjoy the week all week instead of like trying to decorate it later. I do usually like add things in as I go also, but I really do enjoy a pre-decorated week in here. I also have blocked out, you know, like some things that are scheduled, and you know, most of my time is spent, you know, just working and in the house, but and actually a couple of these things are also in the house, but they are like a workshop or, you know, something specifically scheduled involving other people as well, I guess. But so I, you know, have anything scheduled blocked out, and then otherwise fill in my tasks and things that I'm trying to get done each day. The days of the week across the top are by, I believe it's Erin Ware from her Etsy shop. It's just a sheet that I purchased, and it's a digital download that I printed out then, and I really like, she has a whole like set that's just right for the Hobonichi weeks, like size just right. So I really enjoy those. They're very cute and fun. So I have been really enjoying those, and actually this is my second time to print out that sheet and use it, so I am a fan of those. Otherwise, I'm just going back through like some of my old, like my own numbers or numbers that I've saved that other people have done. The 3 is from my July Patreon sheet. I have some Courtney Diaz, I believe is what I just stuck down there. So I'm just kind of going through my odds and ends and just kind of decorating. I do have a little bit of a color scheme going here. And I try to kind of very loosely keep a theme for each week. I don't stick to that real tightly, but I do make some small attempt to have like a color scheme or something for the week. to skip over to my daily pages, and at least, I don't know how much decorating I'll do, but I at least want to like put the dates and days, get those down on them. I really find that it helps me a lot, even though these days are dated, so it's like I don't have as much problem. It's not as necessary as when I was using the day free earlier this year. But I still like to have those like very bold and prominent on the pages, and it just makes it easier as I, slip things in on the right day and whatever. So I do like having this done. So I'm going to go ahead and I guess finish out this video doing that. I'm going to end this video there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.